one here. Did you know that?
No.
He can get in for $25 here.
Really?
Yes. In July they're having one. It's so
Here,
here.
I'll get it. See, I knew you'd be the one to ask. You would know.
Okay, can we acknowledge ourselves for showing up so we can get centered? We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Do it. How you feeling?
Good.
If you got the Course in Miracles book,
And it's KAC.
you got the Course in Miracles book.
I'm sorry. Not C. Here it is. I will continue. I didn't
Could I have everyone's attention,
Sorry,
please?
we love each other too much.
It's okay. It's okay.
Sorry. We love you too. Sorry, you're wonderful.
We're going to be on page 11 in the teacher's manual. And it's talking about the development of trust. When you first start to develop trust, it's going to look like some things are being taken away from you. When you first start to develop trust, it's going to look like some things are being taken away from you. In the beginning of developing trust, it's going to seem like some things are being taken away from you. In the beginning of developing trust, it's going to seem like some things are being taken away from you. Because you're not going to value what you used to value, so it's going to fade away. But you're going to think something is being taken away from you, and the truth is it's not being taken away from you. It's just that you don't value it anymore, and since you don't value it anymore, it's going to leave and it'll look like it's been taken away. If you've been kind of kidding around and not really making the changes you know you need to make, then the plan is going to call for some external thing to happen to you that is going to get you to internally change your mind. If you're refusing to change and you know there's some areas in your life that you need to change, then the plan will call for situations and circumstances coming up in your life that will get you to go ahead and make that internal change. Every time you go through any kind of change, it's helping you. Every change you're going through is helping you. Every change you're going through right now is helping you. Every change you're going through right now is helping you. Every change you're going through right now is helping you. Every change that I'm going through right now is helping me. Every change that I'm going through right now is helping me. Every change that I'm going through right now is helping me. Now, as soon as you feel like it's helpful, then you go to the next stage. And so since you finally realize that all the changes you're going through are helpful, now you want to go through a period of sorting things out. It's all helpful, but now I need to sort things out. So this is the way you sort things out. Realize that you may be afraid to apply the truth to every area of your life. You might be afraid to apply the truth to every area of your life. Whew, that's deep. And all things, events, encounters, and circumstances are helpful, but only to the extent that something helps you are you to give it reality. So the only thing we're supposed to value is what we see as helpful. So when you're sorting things out, go, is this helpful in terms of my goal? If it's helpful, then it's valuable. If it's not helpful, it's not valuable. Notice that there was no bad or good in that. No kind of moral judgment in that. It's as real as it's helpful. Then the Course says that that's the only thing that I should say is valuable, is what I'm seeing is helpful. Then once you see what's helpful, then the next step is a radical step. It's giving up what's not helpful and keeping what is helpful. Keep what you want to keep. Let go of what you don't want to keep. Keep what you want to keep. Keep what you want to keep. If you want to keep it, keep it. 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 Don't try to let go of something you want to keep. Don't try to let go of something you want to keep. Don't try to let go of something you want to keep. Keep it if you want to keep it, and let it go when you want to let it go. That's the rule. Is that too complex?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. 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 Now, at the point that you are willing to give up what you don't want anymore and keep what you do want to keep what you do want to keep what you do want to keep. But yes, 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 but. Okay, that cover everybody? Okay. All right. You need this period of respite. You need this rest that comes from keeping what you do want to keep and letting go of what you don't want no more. You need that. That's a restful thing. So are you wondering, are you straining over whether or not you should keep that relationship? Well, you obviously don't want to let it go. So keep it. So did you get jarred behind that?
Yeah.
Keep it. But I know I should let go of it. It's not right for me. Why aren't you letting it go? But I just can't. Keep it. What? Keep it. Keep them. But I can't keep them. I've been through this so many times. I just can't do it no more. I just can't do it no more. Let them go. I just can't let him go because he was the first one that hit that.
Keep it.
I've had people write me and they were worried about me because I would say outrageous sexual things sometimes, it would seem, and they'd be worried about my reputation. And I lost that so long ago, I ain't even worried about it. So it's okay. No, don't worry about me. My reputation is already gone. I can just be myself now. Yay! I don't care what people who don't like me think about me. Yay! I have a certain magical phrase I say to them. The hell with them. It's a very powerful Zen, powerful phrase. Say it together. The hell with them. The hell with them. With them. With them. Okay. You know, wish them well. Don't mind if they win the lottery. Just want their life to be happy as can be. You don't wish them no ill will. Just be glad that the people who don't like you, they stay away from you. And that's the most loving thing that people don't like you do.
Right.
That's why you want to go ahead and just get the people to not like you right at the very beginning. So you can get rid of all the people that are no fun for you.
Yeah.
No fun for you. I'm not saying that might be fun for somebody else, but you know they're not fun for you. How do you know they're not fun for you? They don't like you. It's not really like an Einstein moment here. They're talking about you like a dog. They aren't helpful. If your goal is to see yourself with high self-esteem. Now, if your goal is to see yourself as a miserable, pathetic person, then the person that mistreats you is the most valuable person in your life. And you won't get rid of them for nothing. I don't care how much therapy you get. Because they're giving you the misery you think you deserve. And they're so good, they work overtime. They give you misery even beyond when you expected them to give you misery. That's because you thought you deserved to be punished, so you attracted somebody to you who makes you miserable all the time as part of your healing process. And I'm here to say, stop it. That's the old way of having fun. It's just a game. Don't you want to play a new one?
Yes.
All right. Give up what you don't want, keep what you do want. And once you do that, you're going to rest for a little while. You're going to chill, right? And then he says after you chill, the first thing you're going to realize when you've had a moment to rest behind all this stuff of sorting things out, letting things go, keeping what's valuable, keeping what you do want, letting go of what you don't want. When you get to the end of all that, you're going to kick back for a minute, and then the Course in Miracles says, the first thing that's gonna come to your mind is you have not yet come as far as you think. You're gonna find the chill out and go, you know what? I just realized something. I haven't come as far as I think. And so the once you realize that you haven't come as far as you think, then you just said a magical phrase. I haven't come as far as I think. I've come farther, I'm glad, but it's not as far as I think.
Yeah.
All right? And then he says, and once you say that, that's like an incantation that brings mighty companions beside you.
Yeah.
Wow. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like the once you get to the point that you keep what you want to keep, let go of what you don't want to keep, and then all of a sudden you realize that you haven't come as far as you think. You've come a long way, but there's still something for you to learn. He says then when you make that decision, you'll have not regular companions, not like run-of-the-mill companions, not like every day don't really do nothing companions. This thing here says you're going to have some mighty companions, and they're going to be beside you. And I'm looking at mighty companions beside me right now. I'm looking at the cutest mighty companions anybody's ever manifested in their whole spiritual life. Because you all are gorgeous beings. You understand what I'm saying? Let that in. You are gorgeous to me. And you're not even your bodies. But y'all got the purest mistakes that's ever been made, if y'all and your body isn't a mistake when you see it correctly. It's a way to communicate with each other the truth. I'm using my body to tell you through your body how beautiful you are. That's the purpose of the body, to communicate cool things back and forth. Bodies get all messed up because we don't use them to communicate only cool things to each other back and forth. And so the body experiences the vibration of every thought that goes through your mind. So your body is experiencing physically what you're thinking. So when you hate your body, you attack your body. And then I wonder why I get a cold, and 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 I wonder why I get a cold. I'm gonna tell you where cold really comes from. Having a cold is a plan. Whenever the truth starts to break through, and you begin to remember how unlimited you are, there's a part of you that gets scared. And so it creates some type of a problem or illness to convince you that you're not as powerful as you really are. Every time you have anything that seems to be going wrong in your life, any kind of pain, any kind of sickness, it's a plan. It's a plan. It's a plan to convince yourself that you are not completely powerful. So if you tell yourself you haven't gone as far as you think you have, then all of a sudden you're going to have mighty companions beside you. You won't be alone anymore. You will rest a while, and then you start gathering these cool people to you. That's what's happening. It's like I'm resting and I'm gathering, and I'm resting and I'm gathering, and I'm resting and I'm gathering. It's really interesting to watch all the new people that have been coming into my life, who have been sharing love with me on a level I've never experienced before, challenging me to practice everything that I teach just to be able to receive the love that they want to give me, and it's got me tripping. I'm telling you. And then I look out in front of me and I look at you, and then there's some more quality beings beyond my wildest imagination sitting in front of me that's totally safe and loving. That's a bit much to look at, with some weird kind of Indian music in the background. and I'm black too. On top of everything else. Okay, so it makes sense when the next stage comes, okay? Okay, so finally you're gathering these people. See, it's telling us what's about to happen. Do y'all realize we're being told? So pay attention, okay? It's telling us, you're going to give up what you don't want, you're going to keep what you do want. And then you're going to realize, you know what, I haven't come as far as I think I have. It says, and then as soon as you say that, all these mighty companions are going to start showing up in your life. All these incredible beings are going to start showing up in your life. And from that point on your spiritual path, you will never be alone again. Through nothing else that you go through. None of your fears, none of your guilts, none of your insecurities. You will never go through another thing alone. No wonder I haven't studied this. I don't think I deserve it. So why would I read it? That would remind me that I do, but that would be against my goal of giving myself a miserable life. So I have a vested interest in not hearing anything loving from anyone, and I don't want any of you to say anything nice to me. Just call me a son of a bitch, and I'll be okay.
You're a cool son of a bitch, huh?
Wait a minute, you weren't supposed to actually do it. And you certainly weren't supposed to do it with such sincerity. There's certainly not a son of a bitch in me. No matter how many people have seen him, I've never seen him. I've never seen my own son of a bitch. So I don't believe in him. I don't care how many witnesses there are to his existence in me. Maybe if everybody's saying the same thing about you, it might be true.
Not here.
You know, if everybody's saying it, it's an outside chance. It might be the truth about you. Even though you might think something different.
Yeah.
You know, it might be. I'm just asking questions. I'm not answering anything. So you're not going to go on from here alone. So you want to know what's going to happen next?
Yes.
Okay. So finally you got your mighty companions and y'all like, you know, booty shaking down the street.
Yeah.
And then you will go into, oh great, the next stage. The next stage is indeed a period of unsettling. Oh God, as soon as I settle down, here comes the unsettling. So we are not settlers, we are the unsettlers. So we discovered America in our own way, but we're the unsettlers. The first people that came here were the settlers. We're the unsettlers. So what does that mean? You're going to understand that you really didn't know what was valuable. And you really didn't know what was valueless. All you really learned so far is that you no longer want what's valueless. And all you really learned so far is you really want what's valuable. I 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 really want what's valuable. What's valuable. I want what's valuable. I want what's valuable. I want what has value. 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 And then you realize your own sorting out was meaningless. In teaching you the difference between what's valuable and what's valueless, you realize you still don't know.
Oh, man.
You know why? Because you got an idea of sacrifice that's so central to your way of thinking that you can't even judge, because there's a part of you that still thinks you got to give up something, that you got to sacrifice something in order to really have what you want and to really be. You got to let go of the idea that you have to sacrifice anything. You got to let go of the idea of sacrifice. That's one of the biggest things in the world. Everybody, if you love me, you're gonna sacrifice, 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 sacrifice. The man's life, sacrifice. The mind's life, sacrifice, sacrifice. You got to sacrifice. You got to sacrifice if you want to be happy. You got to sacrifice. So I'm telling you, sacrifice is attacking yourself. Every time you sacrifice, you're attacking yourself. Every time you sacrifice, you're attacking yourself. Love would never ask you to sacrifice. Love would never ask you to give up what you really value. Love would never ask you to give up what you really want. Love wouldn't ask for a sacrifice. A sacrifice. Now you know that you are willing, but you don't know what the willingness is for. I'm willing, Because I'm no longer asking for the old stuff I used to ask for. I'm asking for more than just physical material things, which is what I used to just ask for. So now I've let go of all these old values in a way, but I have my willingness. But you know what I just realized? I don't know what my willingness is for. What am I willing to do? Now you're going to attain a state that may remain impossible to reach for a long, long time. You're about to, I like this, it's funny. Now you must attain a state that may remain impossible to reach. That sounds depressing. Is this book supposed to be making me feel better? It's doing a lousy job. Because it just told me that I got to attain a state that may be impossible for me to reach for a long, long time. And you know what that state is? I must learn to lay all judgment aside. Don't y'all see the joke in that? Well, I'm sorry, you all have to achieve a state that y'all might not attain for a long, long time. What is that? Laying your judgment aside. That's funny when you really hear it. How long is it going to take me to stop judging people? A long, long time. Said it right there. So if it's taking you a long, long time to let go of judgment, you right on schedule. I feel so much better, don't you? Because the truth be told, I love the judge. I can admit that to y'all, right? I love the judge. I love to have my opinions. I love to have my interpretations of everything. I love it. I call it trying to convince myself I understand what's really going on. Because in order to convince myself that I really know what's going on, I got to judge everything around me so I can convince myself I know what I'm talking about. It's deep, isn't it? So how do you lay judgment aside? Would you like to do it today?
Yes. Yes.
Now those of you who want to take a long, long time, you still okay. Okay, those who want to let it go today, you cool too. You just the one that's deceiving yourself.
No judgment.
No, but that's no judgment. I wouldn't dare judge, because I'm right with you. I'm going to try to give it up right now. But I have one last judgment I need to make. I'm going to give it up. I got to have my last one. Can I have my last judgment?
Yes.
Can I have my last judgment to the music?
Yeah.
Give y'all my last judgment. You are innocent, innocent, innocent. You are innocent, innocent, innocent. You are innocent, innocent, innocent. You are innocent, innocent. Now say I am innocent, innocent, innocent. 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 I am innocent, innocent. What about we? We are innocent, innocent, innocent. We are innocent, innocent, innocent. We are innocent, innocent, innocent. We are innocent and funky too.
We are innocent and funky too. We are innocent and funky too. We are innocent and funky too. We are innocent and funky too. I am innocent and funky too. I am innocent and funky too. I am innocent and funky too.
That's my last judgment on y'all.
Yay.
My last judgment on all of you is that you are cool. You are valuable. You are loved. That's my last judgment on y'all. I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. I've been called a mother a few times myself.
You set that one up really good.
Through the course, thanks to the Course in Miracles, I've translated it into a blessing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The Course in Miracles teaches you how to take any perception you have and look at it another way and use it to bring you the very thing that you were trying to get away from with it. Let me give you an example. It's like every time you feel conflict, then the truth flips it around and says, what you're feeling is a request for peace.
Yeah.
And since you're a child of God, you can't ask for anything that you don't receive. So the minute you turn it into a question, you can have the solution and the healing. So if you say, I'm in conflict, and you go, this is my request for peace, then your very conflict will start to attract peace to you.
Wow.
So you get angry and you attract people who are peaceful about it. So you can go ahead and get angry. Their peace doesn't change. Your anger sputters out because it's not getting any kind of support or judgment. You get a chance to release it, so you feeling okay, and the people around you were never disturbed because they never took it seriously. So everybody's happy. I don't know what I just said. I can't wait to listen to this video. That sounds like some good stuff that just came through. That was deep. That was so deep. Most of y'all went, I don't know what the hell he's saying. But it felt really good. That's what you want. You want that truth that feels good.
Yeah.
You don't have to understand what I'm talking about.
That's right.
I don't even understand what I'm talking about. I'm going to put that on you too. What I've learned through the truth is it doesn't even matter that I don't understand anything. It tends not to interfere with the working of the universe. As far as I can see, my worst day haven't stopped the sun from shining. So it don't seem like my upset really affected anything but me. And I'm mad because everybody else won't be affected by my upset. They're trying to teach me how to be by not being like me.
Wow.
They're trying to witness back to me there's another way for me to be other than mad right now. But I'm getting mad because they won't get mad with me, because we know the way to stop suffering is to join somebody in it. So if you really love me, you'll join me in the suffering with me. Now both of us are suffering. Isn't this a nice healing thing to do? So you owe it to your friends to stay happy when they're sad, so they can see it's another way they can be. And you are their friends, so they know you're just like them. So if you can do it, they can do it. And vice versa. See, that's why people don't like to see their friends really do it. Because they don't have no excuse when it's their friend. The rest of them, you might say, well, you know, I'm not like Einstein. But you know, you are like Bubba. We like each other in here. So if one of us can do it. I remember the first time I walked fire, the hot coals. I went there to kind of like snicker at my friends that was going to like walk out on these red hot coals that they were all been putting together. It was like, no way. Ain't no way I'm going to walk on some red. I didn't. They had the person from the newspaper was there looking at us as if we were crazy. Or they was going to talk about in the big major newspaper tomorrow that we was going to walk, these people was going to walk, because I wasn't going to walk. My friends was going to walk this coal thing. So they did a workshop, and I went to the workshop, got through with the workshop. The coals are blazing, the embers are red, and the young lady, I had a spiritual center in Memphis called The Connection for 10 years, and my partner, she was, we were partners, we weren't romantic partners, regardless of the rumors. Anyway, I just want to get that straight. For all you who might be watching this video that might know but don't that make you think I hold on to things. He said, keep what you do want. So holding on to this grievance is right along with God's plan. I'm keeping it. I'm not ready to let it go yet.
What about hot coals?
Thank you. That's my spiritual name. Hot coals. It's cool. Who is that? That's Hot Coals. Right there. Raj Hot Coals Purdy.
From this day forward.
This day forward. Right.
Okay.
So I saw my friend, I saw her walk the coals right in front of my eyes. And then I saw another one of my friends do it, and they didn't get burned. And it was like, oh man. I like to walk these coals, you know what I'm saying? But the whole purpose of the workshop was not whether or not you walk the coals. The purpose of the workshop was for you to learn how to follow your intuition and pay attention to what you're being told. And if you were told not to walk the coals, you weren't to walk the coals. So it had nothing to do with walking the coals, it had to do with whether or not you listened to your guidance. So you were good, you were just as successful if you didn't as you did because you were listening to your own guidance. Some people, they went up there and they went, My guidance says, I'm not gonna walk. My guidance says, if I walk out there, my feet gonna be burned off. So I'm not walking. And that was like sane guidance for that person. You wouldn't ask the person who was having that kind of thought to go out there and walk on the coals. Right?
Right.
Because they're already convinced they're gonna burn up.
Right.
Then they're gonna burn up and then they're gonna blame you. That's the way we do. We burn up and then we blame somebody else for it. That's what we do. That's what we do. We burn up and then we say it's your fault. Okay, y'all got that?
Yeah.
I mean, what other reason to have a relationship? You get the kids to relieve that pressure. It's your fault. 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 You did it different. Everything be better. It's your fault. 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 Feel so good. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. You had just come home, the right time you said you was gonna come home, then my life would have worked fine. You being late for dinner has wrecked my entire future. I don't want nobody that important to me that I wouldn't eat. I draw the line if somebody means so much I won't eat. I'm gonna eat. What's going to happen the more that you try to convince yourself that if everything was different, you would be happy, it doesn't change, so you would get to the point that you would change your mind about that and realize that your happiness comes from within you. So when you begin to wake up spiritually, it'll look like at first that you can't make things happen the way you want them to happen. You know, but the only thing that's really happening is you're finally being taught that nothing needs to change for you to be happy. Nothing needs to change for you to be happy. How many of y'all feel a lot of resistance to that? Because you're convinced something needs to change, right?
Yeah.
So that means you're walking around with a grievance towards your own experience.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Yeah, when you wake up in the morning and all you can think about is how everything needs to change in order for you to be happy, you have awakened that morning with the grievance against your whole day before you walk out the door. You're already walking out the door with the idea that your experience needs to be different in order for you to be happy. And of course, that's a grievance. And then we wonder why we have a bad day. And we don't realize we're having a bad day because we're already mad at the day for not being the way we want it to be. And we call that I'm unhappy and I'm not satisfied. So I have a grievance against my life. And then I'm wondering why I got a bunion. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know. My sickness is my grievance against my life. I'm mad and I'm taking it out on my body. That's what it is. I'm mad and I'm taking it out on my body because my mind can't attack because it's not even physical. So if I try to hit my mind, I can't hit nothing. You can't punch a mind out. So that's why we punch bodies. It's our way of trying to convince ourselves that we can attack because we really can't attack because what we are isn't even physical. So since we couldn't attack each other as long as we were all mental, we created physical bodies so we could attack each other every now and then over things that we are blaming the other person for as part of our experiment in being a victim. 101. Some of you have graduated and you no longer want to be a victim anymore. So now you're in the process of correcting your thinking so that you can let go of any form of attack on you in all its forms. You're dead serious. Is that right?
Yes.
So this is how you lay all judgment aside. What you do is you ask only what you really want in every circumstance. If you start asking only for what you really want, and you will be laying judgment aside. Because if you're asking for what you really want, you've already made up your mind. So there's no need to judge. So start to ask for what you really want and you will be giving up judgment. That's how you let judgment go. It isn't going out there going, I'm not going to judge that person. I'm going to try not to judge that person. No, laying aside judgment really means I really want peace in every circumstance. I really want abundance in every circumstance. I really want whatever it is I think. In other words, I'm asking for what I want all day. I'm not judging anything. I'm just asking for what I want. So if you want to lay judgment aside, start asking for what you want. What? Some of y'all just got, some of y'all feel like the smoke finna come out your ears. Anybody got some smoke about to come out their ears? Because it's about to come out of mine. Because it's too simple. Yeah. Yeah. Too simple. That's why I forgot. I'm Rod's Hot Coals Purdy. That's right. Thank you. I forgot that quick. Know what my identity was. I've been studying all these years. 30 years I've been studying the Course of Miracles to finally realize my identity is Rod's Hot Coals Purdy. Yeah. I thought it was the Christ. I was mistaken. Sounds like Rod's Hot Coals Purdy though be having a little bit more fun than Christ. So I decided to invite Christ to a party. You know, Christ always taking care of me. I'm gonna teach Christ how to party. It's because I gotta have fun with my God. I gotta have fun with my spiritual self. I don't want a serious spiritual self. I leave that to I just wheel that to my enemies. So what do you do to lay judgment aside?
Ask for what you want.
Ask for what you really want. So would anybody care to shout out what they really want?
Peace.
I really want
Peace.
Peace.
Sounds like it, doesn't it? A lot of enthusiasm about peace in the crowd. I really want peace. Now I'm gonna give you a definition of peace that'll make it a lot more fun to you. Because peace used to sound boring to me. I don't know. I say peace and I went, oh Lord. Peace. You know, so peace didn't turn me on until I got the Course in Miracles definition of peace. And the Course in Miracles definition of peace is total fulfillment.
Ooh, I like that better.
Ooh, let that do a big, say that together. Total fulfillment. I really want total fulfillment. That almost sounds dirty, don't it?
Yeah.
Let's say it again. I really want fulfillment. When? When do spiritual cats want it?
Now.
Meow. Spiritual cats want it. Meow. I'm sick of future happiness. Down with future happiness. I got a protest march. I'm going to go down the street with my little placard. Down with future happiness. Future happiness is a scam. Future happiness is a rip-off. Down with future happiness. Because that's in the not yet. Let's ask for it in the not yet. I said that this morning. I want to be happy in the not yet. I want love in the not yet.
No.
I want my abundance in the not yet. That's what you said when you say you want it in the future. You're saying you want it in the not yet. I want all the blocks to my abundance to be removed now. I want all blocks to my abundance to be removed now. Sorry, I got to go. Spirit said I was it. So I have to remove myself. I'm the block to my abundance. I have to leave you all now. So I want you to, in the morning, look in the mirror and say, I'm looking at the block to my own abundance. There's nothing blocking it but your own perception. So what do? Well, what does Stevie Wonder do? He gets a CNI dog or something. You know what I'm saying? So the Holy Spirit is your CNI dog. The Holy Spirit is the part of you that's linked to the divine that knows and sees what you don't see. It's the part of you that'll bring you everything you're working hard to get because you don't even know how to get it. That's what you want to call on. You want to call on your guide. Because you can't see is what the Course told me. Earl, do you know that there is nothing as blind as the perception of form? Do you know that anybody that only sees physical form in the soul world are seen as blind people? What? Yes, you all are blind people to the soul spiritual world because you just can only see what you think is in front of you. And there's nothing more blind than just seeing the perception of something physical because you can't see beyond the form. Y'all can see inside my body. So there's nothing as blind and as only seeing the outside of everything. He said that's the definition of spiritual blindness is that you only see the outside of everything. I went, that's deep. And then it came right behind that and said, you know what? If you're really seeing each other correctly, you will be so moved in your heart that you will scarcely be able to not fall on your knees in tears in front of each other because of the beauty of what you're looking at. And if you are not having that happening, then you are seeing your own projections. I went, go to hell!
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
I know God doesn't kill because I tempted God many times. And I'm still here. I've said everything you're not supposed to say. Done most things you're not supposed to do. Thought most things you're not supposed to think. And I enjoyed it. There's nothing I love more than my own uncensored thoughts that I don't have to judge as I have them, no matter what they are. And there's not anything any one of you can do to stop me from thinking anything I want about you. No matter what you think of yourself, you can think you're the worst slob that ever was created by the divine. I'm gonna still see you as beautiful and loving and lovable and deserving. Na 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 na.
Can we do the love offering now?
I feel your love offering right now. Believe me, I'm receiving your love offering right now. I'm receiving it. Thank you. I'm receiving the love offering from everybody. You feeling mine?
Yeah. I love your love offering.
You love my love offering?
I love your love.
Yeah. That's what I like about giving stuff away that's real, like an idea. An idea is the one thing that you can give completely to somebody and still keep it for yourself.
Yeah.
And in giving it to somebody else, the idea got bigger for both of you.
Yeah.
First, I decided I want to go to the movie. Then I decided to give you the idea of going to the movie. And you said, okay, let's go to the movie. And so I still got the idea of going to the movie, even though I gave the idea to you. Not both of us thinking about going to the movie, so the idea just got bigger. And nobody lost anything. So every time you pay a bill, say paying is giving, so that you can kick in the law of giving and receiving, and the universe will respond to your giving and you will receive it back. If you see it as paying, you're looking at it as if it's something you've given away and didn't get something that's valuable in return, like it was almost a loss. I paid. So whatever your overhead is each month, and you pay it every month, that's what you're giving every month. You are giving every month. You are giving every month. And the minute you call it giving, which is what it really is, you will allow the law of giving and receiving to kick in, and then that money or the equivalent of what you gave will come back to you in the form you need it the most.
Got it.
And it's just asking for you to take a new attitude toward whatever you pay. And at the point that you're willing to go, I'm going to ask for what I really want, and I want total fulfillment now. 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 Okay. Now, we're not each step in this direction so highly reinforced. It would be hard for you to do this, but we've been reinforcing this, so we finally got to the point. I'm so proud of us, y'all. We finally got to the point that we could say publicly, I want to be totally fulfilled.
Now.
That really took a lot of work, didn't it? But did we do it, gang?
Yes.
We actually said we want total fulfillment now. That means complete fulfillment now. That means there's nothing missing from our fulfillment right now. It says now, finally, there is a period of achievement.
Oh, finally. Finally.
Finally! I finally had my period. I've had the cramp so long.
We don't mind.
Thank you, brother. Men have periods too.
Yes, they do.
We call it right, and then we go into women pause. You heard of menopause, we go to women pause. It's been so much fun playing like a man.
I bet it is.
You know what I'm saying? How y'all enjoying playing like y'all are men and women? How's it working for you? Are you fooled? Have you become the actors that have begun to actually believe you're the role you're playing? And now you really think you are just a woman and a man and a body that's trying to make it, and maybe go to a couple of shows at the Pepsi Center? Is that what you are now, child of God? It's a good movie on a Friday night, the best you can do. So you come into a period of achievement. Now, what is a period of achievement? It's the last stage. It's going to be the stage that's the hardest to stay conscious in. Nothing takes us out of consciousness faster than hearing what we can have. People will pay attention all night long as you're talking about the problem. When you start talking about the solution, you'll watch them just go just like that. Because if they hear the solution, they won't be able to have the suffering that they're trying to give themselves, that they're not ready to let go of yet. So they have to not hear it so they can continue the self-punishment. And so that's why I couldn't get upset about that. I'm just helping a person achieve their goal by telling them the things that they don't want to hear that would make them feel better, which they really don't want to. So they got to go unconscious so that they can continue to have the pain. And so I'm providing the truth that helps that. What in the hell did I just say?
What did you say?
I'm saying you're going to always use any situation on behalf of whatever your goal is. And if your goal is to experience pain, then no matter what you hear, you're going to hear it in such a way that you can try to hurt yourself through it. And if you're ready to be loved and to know your love and know you love whatever you hear, you're going to somehow see it in such a way that it benefits you. That's how you can tell when you're loving yourself the most. Is how much do you look at things in your life and say, these changes are really helpful. These changes are always helpful. And then when you feel that weariness come over you, that the Course in Miracles says comes over a person as they begin to drop their ego, and they actually beginning to drop their fear and guilt, there's a feeling of weariness that starts to happen. So you to use the weariness that you're feeling as an indication that you're succeeding at your goal of letting go of your old ego self. The weariness of your ego is because it knows the jig is up and you're about to let yourself be really happy for the first time in your life. Except for those who don't want to. And those who don't want to, we've got to honor their decision by having a good time until they decide to join the party without attacking them, judging them, or trying to do anything to hurt them, and let them have that experience as long as they want to have it. But the agreement is, as soon as they say they've reached their limit and they call out to God for help, then we'll show up in our happiness to witness to them that they could be happy too. And then the universe will provide us with everything we need to be happy, because we're here to show people that it's possible to be happy even here. But we need help. Lots of it. Like rent. See, unless you bring the truth down to the level you think you live on, it'll never have any power for you. So you got to say rent. Fulfilling my function will get my rent paid. Would be a lot more motivation than just saying fulfilling my function gonna make me happy. You got to bring it. You got to bring the truth down to a level that you can let it work for you on whatever level you think you exist on. So I'm on the level that I think I need chicken.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So I'm glad that there are lots of chicken places. So that's the Holy Spirit meeting my need on whatever level I think I have it on, because that's the way it works. What good would it do to have help in a form that you can't use it in right now because you're trying to be spiritual? You better let the truth work at the level you think you own so that you really believe in God. And there's some good stuff
It is. Wow.
down to the last two sentences. With whoever cares to say this, would you say this, please? I need to stay awake.
I need to stay awake.
I need to stay awake bad.
I need to stay awake bad.
I need to stay awake.
I need to stay awake.
God, help me stay awake.
God, help me stay awake.
There's a part of me trying to go unconscious.
There's a part of me trying to go unconscious.
There's a part of me that's unconscious.
There's a part of me that's unconscious.
There's a part of me that's comatose.
There's a part of me that's comatose.
There's a part of me that's enlightened.
There's a part of me that's enlightened.
There's a part of me that's awakened.
There's a part of me that's awakened.
There's a part of me that's luscious.
There's a part of me that's luscious.
And a good date.
And a good thing.
Breathe. Breathe. So then you consolidate your learning. And all of a sudden you start to experience solid gains. I mean, you just don't go through the stuff you used to go to.
Nope.
You know what you can count on in every situation. You'll finally have something you know you can count on in every situation. You'll finally have something you know that you can turn to, that you can actually count on in every situation. You're gonna actually know and have something you can count on for sure in every situation. That means you're gonna have the truth that you can count on. You're gonna have the learning you can count on in all emergencies.
All emergencies.
All emergencies, as well as tranquil times. Indeed, the tranquility is the result. Now, how can I like that word? Say tranquility.
Tranquility.
Doesn't that sound cool? Let's say it again. Tranquility. 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 You ever notice how people look at you like you're crazy when you're having fun? Not everybody, just a few people. I mean, it's really the place.
It's a part of you that thinks you're crazy.
There's just a part of me that thinks I'm crazy. And then people witness it back to me. They act crazy. So what would cause tranquility? 3 things. Honest learning, consistency of thinking, full transfer. I'll say it again. Tranquility comes from honest learning. Now the course defines honesty as consistency. So when you say honest learning, you're really saying consistent learning. So tranquility comes from consistent learning. Consistency of thought. I'm going to think this consistently. I'm going to think that I am innocent consistently. I'm going to think it consistently. And I'm going to transfer it fully. So I'm innocent, you're innocent, 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 you're innocent, I'm 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 innocent. I am innocent, you are innocent, 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 I am innocent, and you are innocent. This is the stage of real peace. because here is happiness state fully reflected. So the way to happiness is so open and easy. It's open, it's easy, it's open and easy, it's open and easy, it's open and easy. See, if you really want to have really cool relationships, you should be open and easy and open and easy and open and easy and open. Instead of being closed and hard. Stop being closed and difficult. Stop being closed and difficult. And start being open and easy and open and easy and open and easy. It sounds kind of immoral to some people, but it's not. It's time to be open and easy. He says, in fact, your happiness is here. I mean, who would go anywhere if peace of mind is already complete? If you're already having an incredibly wonderful, peaceful, loving, stupendous, outrageous time right where you are, what would be the need to go anywhere? That's great. How would you like to be so content, so happy, so satisfied, so in bliss, so in ecstasy that you wouldn't see any need to go anywhere?
Yeah. Probably wind up in the psych ward.
Think of that. Think of that. How willing are you to be completely happy right now, right where you are? Or how many of you are completely convinced, because you have such a grievance against your life, that everything in it has to change before you could be happy?
Doesn't work.
You are going to have a state of tranquility. You're going to have tranquility in every area of your life. You're going to have tranquility in every area of your life. You're going to have tranquility in every area of your life. And who would give that up for something, something more desirable? What's more desirable than having everything you want? What's more desirable than having everything you've ever wanted in your heart? What's more desirable than having everything you've ever really wanted in your heart? What could be more desirable than having everything you've ever wanted in your heart? That's the achievement period. And you're coming into the achievement period. Breathe. Would you acknowledge yourself, Holy Spirit, for healing this night? Some of you, and some of y'all might have noticed a feeling of weariness. Did anybody notice any weariness come up? Yeah, that's how you can tell when your ego is being affected, according to the course. That's how you can tell. So we're going to do the love offering. Thank you.
Again.
And again, we did it again. That's a trip. Oh! 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 Okay, we're going to take 1 minute. I'm going to take 1 minute to bring it to closure, to hear the steps. I'm just going to say the steps over and over again for about 2 minutes. Just the steps. Just the steps. And you just let it come in, and you can, just however you want to express yourself. Ready? Okay, here we go. Okay. The development of trust. You're going to go through a period of undoing, a period of sorting out, a period of relinquishment, a period of settling down, a period of unsettling, a period of achievement. You're going to go through a period of undoing, a period of sorting out, a period of relinquishment, a period of settling down, a period of unsettling, and a period of achievement. You're moving into your period of achievement. You're moving into a 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 period of achievement. You are moving. 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 You are moving into a period of achievement. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hugs are available.